Hey everybody, Tony Sinaloy here to give you a walkthrough and the final solution to the puzzle X word, a puzzle I made several years back. This is a puzzle I put a lot of time into, and I hope you enjoy and appreciate it. It's also, I make a lot of puzzles with images, and this one isn't based around that. Sort of. So hopefully when you open this puzzle, you see something that looks similar to a classic crossword puzzle. A bunch of clues going down the left side of the screen here, and a grid on the right. But you might notice that there's some extra stuff going on here, or maybe lack of usual things. Your clues on the left are certainly they're not numbered. There's no indicator of across or down. And looking at our grid here in the middle of the screen, you might notice that almost, not just almost, every row or column has some kind of symbol in it. And that's because I wanted to make a puzzle that used emoji. And some of the emoji I used here are pretty common, pretty recognizable emoji, and some of them are things that you might have to do some reverse image lookup or consult Emojipedia to figure out. So I thought this would be a fun puzzle because there's kind of two ways you could dive in here. You might start by trying to identify what are all the emoji happening. You might start by trying to figure out answers to the crossword clues here on the left. I think most people who dig into this will run into some things where they might find possible answers for the crossword clues that they feel pretty good about, and then discover that there's not a great place to fit them into the grid. So something must be going on. Hey, it's a puzzle. You'll also note I would expect many people would have to Google some things to get the answers to the various clues on the left, because I went into some esoteric terms here, especially things that appeal to me from particular various parts of pop culture. So hey, 1977 film. It's going to be Star Wars. 1998 adventure game, classic game called Grim Fandango, which many people would have to look up. But if you learn a little bit more about things I know. So, whether you're working on figuring out the names of these emojis, and again, some of them are pretty standard, like the star up in the corner here or the ring over there. Some of them less common. This little red fellow here, you might find out is the emoji. The official name of it is ogre. Uh, and so clearly there's something going on here. Some puzzle people might immediately notice that the number of rows and columns is equal to the number of clues on the left side. So there's a 1-to-1 ratio of clues to places to enter them, which suggests that each clue is going to go to a row or column. And some of the squares in your crossword are highlighted, suggesting some kind of extraction. And then to be extra friendly, I've given you the suggestion here that the final answer is 2 words, 4 letters, and 5 letters as your final extraction for what you're going to need to submit to get credit for it. Because you see that not all rows and columns include a highlighted square, you could potentially conclude that you don't need to solve the entire grid to solve the puzzle, but some people like to get full credit for the puzzle. So I'm going to give you here is the solution to all my clues that I've come up with, and you know. Some of these are perhaps a little bit more esoteric or a little bit less friendly than others, but there are reasons why they are, and I hope they fit together in a satisfying way. So the underground cemetery, the catacomb, a photocopy is a Xerox, Sasquatch is a Bigfoot, Batwoman in 2019 was Ruby Rose, and so on. And as you start working through getting some of these, whether you get the exact answers I got or not, hopefully you will notice that, hey, some of these words, which super don't fit into my grid, include kind of little words inside of them. And hey, those little words inside of them map to some of the emoji that appear on the grid. So eventually you might fill in the grid and have a grid that looks something like this. So a female demon is a succubus. There's not room for the whole word succubus, but hey, there is word for SUCCU and the emoji for bus. A horse might be a stallion, which you can't spell stallion without lion. Bigfoot is just big and a foot, and so on. I love hiding or finding words within words, and this was a way to use kind of emoji to do that. Some of my favorite ones. You can't spell catacomb without taco. So here is the completed grid. Here is my completed clue and solution list fit together, and you can see reading the highlighted ones across, kind of top to bottom, left to right. It spells out star using the star emoji. OFJUPITER ASCENDING, which you hopefully piece together is cluing you Star of Jupiter Ascending, which is a film. You might need to look it up. And the Star of Jupiter Ascending is an actor named Mila Kunis, which fits in here for your 4-letter, 5-letter, 2-word final answer to the puzzle. So I hope that was a really quick breakdown of a puzzle that hopefully took you a little while to crunch through, but hopefully was satisfying and was a kind of unique spin on the crossword puzzle format. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon with more puzzle walkthroughs.